I actually did an interview on the bus, and I was a bit sad at the time, and I said some things that I was a bit worried about the other boys even seeing. So it was like
what? You can be honest. You want to whisper?
I don't know. It was just like about personal, like relationshipy type stuff. And
Relationshipy.
I actually got some of it didn't make the film down to that because I was just a bit embarrassed to share it with everyone.
Because it's all good stuff. What's not to love? We're on tour. It's 5 laddie lads having a laugh.
Lads doing lads things that lads do because lads are cool.
Oh, Liam, what is there not to love? We're just having a party outside.
Lads.
They're all actors.
Yeah, my dad's not real. Neither was his moustache.
Yeah, we went on rentafamily.com.
I think
Rent-a-crowd.
I think we were a little bit.
You just got a better laugh at my joke.
We didn't really know what to expect from them because like we've been in front of cameras for the last 3 years, but they haven't, and it was kind of interesting to see their opinions and their views on it, and just to see what they thought of it. It was cool.
Do you know what, for me though, because I actually get a bit crazy on stage sometimes, I always wonder what I look like, so it was nice to actually have a look to see and be like, oh, it's actually okay what I'm doing, it wasn't too bad.
You thought that was alright?
Liam, you are insane.
That's insane.
We won't have swear words in this room. Alex.
Oh, edit that out.
No, I was just going to say that is key with our band. Like, that's why we know that we're actually, genuine friends, because when we're not having to work together, when we are at home in our free time, we still, make time for each other and still want to spend time with each other. So it's cool.
They're passionate, they're dedicated. They're not fans who, like when new music comes out, they'll just kind of be like, okay, you've got another song out, but can we do this and do this? They listen to it a lot and then tell us what they like about it and stuff, and I think that's nice.
And they're honest as well.
Yeah, they are honest.
Yeah.
And that's a cool thing.
Yeah,
if we're, especially some of the fans that we've had since, the first days at X Factor where they were stood at the gate, and if they don't like a song, they'll be like, yeah, I don't like that one that much.
Which is good for us to know. Right. Huh? It's like finding out, it's like doing our own test on demographic.
It's so funny, I love that post.
I think the main thing that we all are going to take away from it is just the fact that there's a part of our life that has been documented, and we get to watch it back, in 10-15 years time, and get to see such a good quality memory almost of what was going on at that time for us. So it's just going to be really cool to kind of watch that and see that and take that away from it. I guess that's going to be cool.
You don't really like
to see what?
To see what?
Are they just movie friends?
One Direction.
Hey, she's got the memo.
It's not even out yet.
Yes, she
It's
What?
It's so young.
That's what we say. Is
It was too easy.
That's exactly it.
Need I
say any?
Yeah, I mean, whoa.
Bottom line,
Yeah,
straight under it.
Yeah.
Draw it.
Yeah, to be
And then sign it as well.
Okay.
Typical.
Yeah.
Typical.
No, basically what it was that
It's one finger, right?
I think it's so crazy to think we've got a movie coming out. We've all said we're going to go and watch it in our local cinemas because it's just such a big deal, and you won't really believe it until you sat there in your local cinema watching it on the big screen.
With your glasses on.
I don't know what we would have said 3 years ago, but it's just crazy to have got to this point. But like I say, it's all down to the fans and the hard work that they've put in. So
And I hope they really get that from the film.
Yeah,
I hope
for
they
sure.
really do feel like each individual was a part of the success. Because,
We feel that way.
Twitter was such a big element, but it's just the way the fans are with Twitter sort of thing. I mean, we always say that they could definitely have jobs as promoters, birthmark. I think the way they've spread the word about us is so mad, and that's what got us to where we are.
I mean, Twitter's interesting because there's so many positive things from social media, but we've seen there can be negatives as well. And you guys hold such immense power with your millions upon millions of followers. I mean, do you have private rules for yourself about what you can and cannot do, or fans will do anything just to get a retweet? Or
I think tweet as if your grandma's going to read it. But that's it. I once heard, don't tweet anything that you want your grandmother to hear, or stand up in a kitchen on a chair and say it to your mother.
Yeah. Why don't you?
That's what I heard about it. I think if you think into it too much, I think it'll just drive you a bit nuts. I think, the main thing and the main plus point about our band is that we're ourselves 100% of the time, so we're always just going to tweet and do what we want. Sort of
do what we want. Do what we want. I think the positives are definitely interaction, especially with, I've never imagined when I was younger that anyone I listened to on the radio could answer me if I sent them a tweet. And I think it's incredible how close the connection is now that you can just do that like that. And in terms of the dangers, I think you just have to be aware and not share too much, and just be clever with what you're putting on the internet.
Lining up 5 days ago.
Because of you, we're #1 in 37 countries.
I love you, One Direction!
We never expected any of this to happen.
I don't know if you could have more of a dramatic life change. It's huge, man. I'm just like, look where we are.
The hardest thing about the travel is missing home and missing family, but we become literally like brothers now.
I think, to be honest with you, there's two things. I think the first thing is that we wanted to the fans to see like kind of an in-depth thing and a behind-the-scenes thing. So I think they know us to a certain extent, but I don't think they know the real us. That's hence the title. Number two, I think we wanted to show the fans that, we know that they're the people who made this band what they are. And I think, Simon says it throughout the film that, it started a friend of Bad. Now, it started at X Factor when 200 fans started outside the studio, and then it just kind of spread, and they're the people who, got us worldwide.
Was there stuff in there where you thought really there's a limit, we can show so much, but actually we're not going to show this, or this?
You only want to show so much of, you want to get across how it is, but you don't want to just pump loads of screaming fans into the film, because then it just becomes like every other film where you just show loads of that. So I think it's important for us to just kind of be us in it and get across what we're like as people and what we're like when we interact with each other, and what we're like with our families and stuff, and yeah.
As a group, we're stronger than if there was 5 people by themselves.
I always wanted little brother. Now I've got 4 of them.
We love you, One Direction!
Don't try this at home. Do I have to drink it now as well?
Do it.
And from your point of view, how important is the X Factor still? It's celebrating 10 years now. Obviously it's been a big thing for you. Does it still have the power it has? Can it go for another 10 years?
I think it's always going to have a fan base like X Factor, and it'll always be present. I mean, for anything to last a decade, it's crazy.
For a talent show to last 10 years is crazy. So I think it's got a couple left in it.
Yeah, I definitely think so. I think it's easy every year for people to be like, oh, the X Factor, I wonder if they're going to do it this year. And then,
but they're still talking about it, that's the thing.
There's talent every year, isn't there?
There is, yeah, exactly.
We were saying today that it's going to be mad the day that the band does end, and we don't spend as much time together. But I always think that we will spend time together.
At the moment, none of us are even thinking about that. We just finished like a 9-week tour of America. We're still on our tour at the moment, and we're going to Australia next month. And then we've got massive stadium tour next year. So we're it's all exciting, and we've got definitely the next 2 years planned at the moment.
We just want you to know that, all you guys watching around the world as well, that...
Welcome to the world premiere of One Direction, This Is Us!
This has been an ambition of mine all my life, to one day attend a film I was slightly involved with. So I'm very, very proud.
Please welcome Niall Horan, Harry Styles, Sadie Allen, Liam Payne, and Louis Tomlinson. One Direction, give it up everybody, make some noise, get on your feet, stand up, stand up!
We just want to say all of this is absolutely ridiculous to us, and we just want to thank everybody who's been involved with this film so much. Ben, Simon, Morgan, Michael Linton, Hannah Minghella, Emily Pascal, everybody at Sony Pictures, Modest Management. Just thank you so much. That's the boring bit. And we want to thank the fans, first of all. As simple as, we don't exist without you, and the film definitely doesn't, because nobody would watch it and it'd be really embarrassing. So we just want to say thank you so much for being here. Our families are here. This is a very proud moment for us, and big love to the fam. And it really is amazing, and we get surprised every day by how incredible everybody's support is, and we just want to thank you very much from the bottom of our hearts. It's amazing.